Good day, everyone. My name is Anna Jane Cabalida, and I am here to further discuss the remaining topic of the characteristic of computer-mediated communication. So, as we go back, for the three speakers, they will discuss to you the highly interactive communication, multi-way communication, and synchronous communication. So as we all know that computer mediated communication has four characteristics. So the last um, characteristic of computer mediated communication is asynchronous communication. So as we go back from the discussed topic about synchronous communication, that is synchronous communication defined as a communication that happened in real time. It it participated by two or more individuals that having a conversation in a real time. So when we say asynchronous communication, it is a communication that also participated by two or more individuals, but the difference is asynchronous communication doesn't happen in real time. Furthermore, asynchronous communication defined as less time sensitive. So there are many examples of asynchronous communication, and one of the examples is a Google Classroom. So as we all know that a Google Classroom is one of the platforms that we use in learning, especially during pandemic period. So Google Classroom allow every person or instructor or student to upload a video or upload a activity. Also, Google Classroom allow us students to rewatch or re-listen for the uploaded video lesson by our instructor. So I can say it that it is asynchronous. One of the example of asynchronous learning or asynchronous communication, because requires it doesn't require you to give a feedback immediately, and also it doesn't require you to have um, a conversation, a palitan ng conversation with your instructor. So another example of asynchronous communication is email. So I ha- so what so in what I have learned in my technical writing and profession subject, that email is uses to communicate with friends, friends, and especially email are uses um, it's uses to apply for a job. You will send a application letter like that, and some of the uses of email is to communicate a person that is unreachable in online platforms. So um when we can use email, so as I have learned that we can use email if the person is unreachable through online platforms like messengers, or you don't have a phone number of that person, as well as that person is not engaging in online platforms. So yeah, we can use email to communicate with that person. So another example of asynchronous communication is, as I have said, slideshows, video lessons, and as well as blogs. Yeah, because when we are creating a vlog, it doesn't the feedback of the people doesn't happen in real time, aside if you are going to have a live stream from Facebook. It is one of the asynchronous is one of the example of synchronous communication, because you are doing a conversation in real time. So as we go, let's go back to the example, which is blogs. So when you once you upload a vlog, it is already edited, and it is it is already done. So when the comments are coming in, it that comments or that conversation in that comments is a one of the example of asynchronous communication, because it doesn't happen in real time. Some of the for instance, for example, there is a person's comment, and then the other day, the another person commented on your vlog. So that is one of the examples of asynchronous communication. So for scenario in a Google Classroom. So yeah, when your instructor uploaded a video lesson, a PPTs for your coverage for your exam, you have the accessibility um, of that PPT or a video lesson. So you have the ability to rewatch or reread the information that was given upon to you. So in yeah so in video lesson, you have you have your own schedule. Yeah, you have your own time, you have your own decision when to watch that video lesson, as well as in submitting activities, as long as the deadline is yeah is wala pa deadline like that. So how helpful asynchronous communication is. So in every fields, asynchronous communication has really a help a is really impacted, or as we can say, asynchronous communication have positive effects in every fields, but we are more focused in work and in learning. So in work, no, let's discuss first how asynchronous communication help students in learning. So as we all know that during COVID-19 pandemic, we are not allowed to have interactions with one another. We are not allowed to go to school. We are not allowed to go to mall without a face mask and a face shield. And yeah, I can say that asynchronous communication has a big positive effects of in terms of learning of students during COVID-19 pandemic, because during COVID-19 pandemic, we are using a online platforms like messengers to communicate with instructors, and Google Classroom, as well as new LMS. We already used that one. So when we when we when we communicate, or when we submit a activity, it is always during COVID-19 pandemic, it is always on Google Classroom. So in work, some of the examples of asynchronous communication in work are Trello, Slack, and I think Asana. Yes, Asana. These three is well, actually, they have similarities of uses. It is uses for work. It is uses to communicate with your your boss or your supervisors. You have the ability to upload a presentations you presented. All right, so I will just talk about the advantage of asynchronous communication. So the advantages of asynchronous communication is you have the access of that information. As I have said earlier, you have the ability, or you have the power to redo, no, no, to reread or rewatch that video lesson that is that have that uploaded by your instructor. So you have the ability to to re what you think this um to what call this one, to refresh your mind through reading that information, as well as flexible flexible scheduling, because you have the ability, or you have the power when and when when is the time to watch that video, and when is the time to reread also that video. So as well as aside from the advantages, there are also disadvantages of um, asynchronous communication. So disadvantages, one of the disadvantages of asynchronous communication is lack of participate of the student, especially in the students, because as I have experienced that um, learning through learning through med- online platforms like Google Classroom has a negative effect of a student, because um, when when the activity is been given, the like the students doesn't well actually doesn't have the discipline to do that task in time, and the students will do that task if the deadline is coming. So that's all for today's that's all for this video, and thank you so much for listening.